The Wildfly fishing series is discovered by wildflytravel.com. Satisfied by Bell's Extra Special Scotch. And brought to you by Sybase, the information edge.
Take a drive through the city in the pale moonlight. If you want to see a freak show, this one lasts all night. Take a walk, take a walk, take a walk in the dark. We can talk, we can talk, we can talk in the park. 'Cause I guess I still love you. I don't wanna be high above you. Don't leave me hanging on the ledge. If you still need me, begging you don't leave me, living on the edge.
New fishing grounds are as hard to find as they are to keep a secret. Even in a river system as vast as the Great Zambezi, where you have over 2,500 kilometers of river to choose from, the Bush Telegraph spreads the word of fish movements as quick as they pour off the floodplains. The ceremony of the Lozi King returning to his winter palace marks the start of a season for the subsistent fisherfolk who inhabit this unique part of the Upper Zambezi. And word of gargantuan tigerfish is viral in fishing circles, galvanizing us to grab our rods and head up to the renowned Barotse Tiger Camp of Anglezam. Of course, we weren't the only savvy crew whose ears were burning about the specimens being landed, as Craig Thomason and the lads from Inside Angling joined us, intent on plundering the rich tiger grounds of Barotse. Naturally, there's only one way to get to know someone properly, even if the motive is to glean the tricks of the trade of the Barotse Express.
Barotse Tiger Camp is a trophy tiger fishing destination. You can catch tiger fish on the length of the Zambezi, but what makes this area so unique is due to the lack of fishing pressure and the size of the ecosystem, we have huge tiger fish here. There has not been a day go by since we opened camp that we haven't landed at least one double-digit fish. So let's see if we can get you Wildfly boys into the famed Barotse Express. Good luck and hold on tight. Hope you're not sold.
So we set off in search of tigers that would give us cause to celebrate and possibly brag a little about that following evening. I've been fortunate enough this morning to come out with Jared, who's hopefully going to put me in some close proximity to that Tommy the 10-pound tiger. We decided to mix it up this morning. The boys from Inside Angling have made a very rude appearance, so we challenged them to a bit of a competition, and it's basically 100 points per pound. It's all obviously on number of fish caught and released, and to the victor go the spoils of the Barotse Kudu trophy that sits in the camp, which Jared was very impressed to hear about this morning. We're going to be engraving our names all over it. But with any luck, I'm going to learn a little bit about how to target big trophy tigers. Very different to how we normally fish the Zambezi. You know, generally speaking, we are drifting down, we're looking for structure, some break in the current, throwing into the bank. But as Jared has told us, you know, the bigger trophy tigers are free swimming. You know, they've got very few predators apart from man, and they tend to hang around the drop-offs. So having an invaluable fish finder on your boat, drifting this open current, as you see before us, and being able to get your fly or spinner down into that strike zone, into the drop-off. And those bigger tigers, with any luck, will give us some kind of attention this morning. I can count the times that I've caught a fish on my first cast on an ungulate's foot. Yes, inside. Seeing a tiger swirling on the surface, you only have to put your fly in the vicinity.
It
trophy specimen by any stretch of the imagination, but the first thing in the morning, specifically once you've cast him, there's nothing more satisfying than sight casting to any tailing fish.
Hey,
Well, there we go.
Nice little fish, man.
A little 5-pounder to kick our competitive efforts off, eh?
Yeah, well done.
There we go. Quick 500 points in the bag. Certainly one of the more satisfying tigers that I've caught. As I said, there's nothing really that can match seeing the fish and then getting to put a fly close enough to him that he take it. And he needs absolutely no encouragement, does he? At the other end of the spectrum, Craig's lost count of how many takes he's enjoyed on his first throw. And few fish get away when he hooks up.
Probably about a 6-pounder, 5 or 6 pounds. But nice and cheeky, gave me a nice little pull, and yeah, got us on the scoreboard. I don't want to keep him out the water too long, but yeah, at least took a little bit of line off my drag, and that's what I'm here for. So let's pop him back.
Teaming up with Dirk Ackerman, who's continually torn between throwing a fly or hauling out his spin stick. The inside angling lads were racking up the points, even if the technique was a little unorthodox.
Down in the palm.
Just bumping it along the bottom once again. Literally right on the bottom. Very, very slow retrieve. He's a very energetic fish.
Working the drop-off, Tomo struck the first knockout blow in the double-digit weight division.
There you go. Lovely. Oh, it's 11, bumping on to 12. We'll call him 12. A 12-pound fish. Nothing wrong with that, eh? And fantastic Baratzi Tiger Camp tiger fish. Gave me a great pull, took a lot of little string off me. He's so ready to go. Off you go. Wonderful. I think one of the nicest parts of catching a fish like that is actually watching it go back into the water.
Back at camp, Cartwright was summing up the strength to at least make the second half of the game. And although many might take the mickey about his application or lack thereof, they are soon stifled when he brings home the bacon. Feigning sickness, some of the team said. Some of the team said. But let me tell you, redemption! What a beast!
What a fish!
Man! There's your double digit. Oh, that is a good! I get that. That is the biggest tiger I've ever seen in my life. Unbelievable fish. Oh, that's got to run 15. A trophy tiger is cause to jubilate in any circumstance. But when you've got a little wager on the outcome, even if it be only the smug expression or taunting swagger you get to display to your fishing buddies around the campfire,
Baby!
it makes for an extra special moment.
So we were just drifting down this little side of this bank here, and I had a small clouser that I was letting go right to the bottom and just twitching the end of my rod. I wasn't even retrieving really. It was just a twitch as we were drifting, and that little chap smashed me. with some aggression. And here he is, eh? This one's for George.
Have a look inside there. That's where he took that fly. How did he engulf that?
But competition, even of a friendly nature, tends to bring out the best in Craig, which means trouble for any patrolling fish.
Hopefully that's enough to set that hook a little bit. Yo. Strong fish. Africa's freshwater game fish. This is a beauty. Look at that. Yo, look at the size of that mouth. African tiger fish. Look down the throat of that and just be really happy that you're not a little bait fish swimming around the Zambezi River having to look at that for the last thing you see in your life. 14 pounds. Nothing wrong with that. Releasing these fish is that unlike in the sea where there's sharks and bigger things to nail them, around here there's only the odd crocodile. It's highly unlikely that a fish like this is going to get taken out by a croc, so it's a top predator, top of the food chain. Even if it is a bit tired, it's not like there's something waiting there to eat it. It's showing a bit of energy. I think we can let it go. Oh, off she goes, down into the depths.
3 fish totaling 30 pounds certainly edged the conventional fishing ahead of our 2 fish accumulating 20 pounds on fly. But when you get an average of 10 pounds per fish from a session on the water, you just have to pay your respects.
The finest art, they say, will always be found in the most unexpected places. There's no distance I wouldn't travel to find something that would touch me. After a lifetime of searching, I have found the greatest piece of them all.
Sometimes what's special is right in front of you.
In today's competitive world, you need an edge to stay ahead. At Sybase, we give you the right business information, where you need it, when you need it. We call it the information edge. You might call it getting lucky.
There are sunrises and then there are dawns on the Zambezi that will calm the most turbulent soul. The Inside Angling team weren't about to squander their lead, knowing that one Barotse Express would turn the leaderboard upside down. Early mornings are when most fish will be active in the top end of the water column, so Craig took advantage of the fish skirting the surface.
Oh, there we go. On. I'll tell you what, not the biggest fish in the world, but guess what? I got him on a surface lure. Well, I actually purposefully removed the treble hooks that this lure comes supplied with, a Rapala skitter walk, and I put 2 single hooks on, and I got him in the mouth with one. The other one has unfortunately foul hooked him under the skin here, but we can make a good release. Little guy, but hey, any fish on the surface is worth 10 big fish. Off he goes. Hey.
Well done, Thomas.
Well, I enjoyed that, eh? Jerry, let me tell you, there doesn't have to be a donkey every time.
Though you'll never see him complain when it is.
Good fish. Hey, come down. Belted that. Had my drop shot working very slowly on the bottom again. Oh yes. Big, you know when they're heavy and they jump and they're too heavy to come right out the water. This time of the fight, the tigers, your heart goes in your mouth. They throw hooks so easily. Oh, 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 my wire parted. That was a good fish. It wasn't far off 20 pounds. I had the full experience, had him jumping, had him pulling around me, had a thick back like that. Absolutely magnificent. What a fish. Trophy, fish of a lifetime.
Well, it certainly would have secured the inaugural Barotse Challenge. But our relief was short-lived, as Tomo set about getting one back on board.
Yo. Yeah, we drifted over a just drifted over a little hump in the water, like a little pinnacle, and then I pulled it just along the edge of the pinnacle, and bam, get the net ready there. Ooh, nice big broad back, that fish. Another 14-pound Barotse flat plain Zambezi tiger fish. This guy back in the water, been out long enough. Fantastic fish, thanks for the great fight. Mwah! I wouldn't do that lightheartedly without a burger grip in its mouth. Right.
By now the pressure was really on us fly guys.
I just gotta jam this thing, man. That hook just isn't sitting.
26 pounds behind.
That is your fuck.
We were feeling distinctly outgunned, I can tell you.
Not a huge fish, but it's a nice fish. You just look at this species, it's quite incredible. Obviously a relative of the piranha, plain as anybody can see, but it is, without a doubt, the beast that rules these currents. Very, very healthy. Look at that, doesn't take much.
But fortunately I had bribed Gerard with a bottle of Special Reserve to join the Wildfly team, giving us a home ground advantage.
Come on.
It's a good fish, huh? Nice fish, Gerard. Nothing wrong with that. I'll take that for our team effort every day of the week.
7 pounds. We want 3 times this. I'm sure we'll get it at some stage.
But the fat lady was yet to sing. Still tailing by nearly 20 pounds, we willed the next morning on, it being the last session in which we might hit a home run. Again, first blood was drawn by Dirk, who lured an impressive Nemwe to his boat.
Nemwe, a beauty. Oh, lovely, yeah?
No, it was with an FZ. Did it go right down to the bottom, quite a deepish part of the river, about 5 meters. And it hit me once and missed the first strike, but it came back for a second one. Beautiful fish, eh? Nice and strong.
Leading us to debate on the validity of another species in this competition.
As much as Henri wouldn't want us to do that. Oh, strong as hell, eh?
The whinging wild flyers was the suitable retort. And Mr. Eckerman was riding the species adjudication.
Hey, you're chalking up
In
score,
the
yeah?
mouth, in the mouth.
Dirk.
Notching up more points for Team Rapala.
This is a nice fish.
You just proved a point there for us.
Well, I must tell you, that's the very first time I threw a drop shot.
Yeah?
Okay?
And you got stretched.
First cast, and I got stretched. I'm a convert to the dark side. Fantastic fish. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll get that bad boy back in the water.
Let's do that.
And let's see if you can get yourself a tiger.
That's what we want. There he goes.
But our explorer team, stripping all 120 feet of the new Rio Tiger lines, were not done quite yet.
It does pay to bring the pro when you're selecting your tackle. That's a really good fish. Can you get that your way?
Run
You
now.
did say it fractionally moments before. They're either here or they're slightly closer to the boat.
Okay, where's it, Nick?
Yeah, got him here. Want me to come nearer to you? Me, that is.
Don't want to push him.
That has got to be close to your lodge record.
There's not a lot that will console a man who brings such a beast to the edge of the boat. To have the tiger give you the middle finger with a simple shake of its head.
I saw it was just in the corner.
Up like that?
Just in the corner. Donuts! Donuts! Donuts!
Oh no, man.
This is the fly that I hooked at the one that got away on. It's tied on a Gamakatsu 3-0 worm round. It's got quite a big gape, and you know the size of that tiger's mouth is like that. So the bigger the gape, I believe, and the sharper the point and the smaller the barb or no barb, the more chance you have of converting your fish, which we almost did. Anyway, that's fishing, eh? If you catch every fish, it wouldn't be the same.
With the clock ticking, little time was spent bemoaning what could have been, as the Barotse Express could be at any station.
Thank God I haven't got him on the reel, because I would have lost him, eh? Because he's coming towards me so quickly, I wouldn't have been able to wind that slack with the reel.
Although we still trailed the conventional anglers by a large margin, there was no dousing the spirits of a man who had tamed a fish of legendary proportions.
Look at that! Yabo! That's a fish, eh? 16.5 pounds. For those of you guys that fish wireless, there's the trace. Now, had this been nylon, it would have been cut off. Look at the fly down the hatch. Barotse Express, look at the size of that mouth.
Back in the comforts of Barotse Tiger Camp, the good-natured banter and needle soon had everyone in the fine company of Arthur Bell. No doubt you'll catch more tigers using conventional tackle than you will on fly, as you will catch more fish down deep than those on the surface. But as we all contested to, it's about the size of the fight in the fish. Hence, light tackle is where the sport has evolved to. In the end, we just had to give the inaugural trophy to the man who had given us all a lesson in his own backyard. Now, your fishing time is as valuable as anything in short supply, so don't waste it. Every fly fisher in operation will extol the fishing they had last week or what awaits tomorrow. But to separate the fact from the fiction takes real information. So be sure to make the most of your fishing time. Give us a shout so we can point you in the right direction and make your trip worthwhile. Just take a look at the definitive guide on fly fishing travel, wildflytravel.com, and let us put together a tiger fishing holiday that you can't forget. Just take a look at our website.
Take a walk, take a walk, take a walk in the dark. We can talk, we can talk, we can talk in the park. 'Cause I guess I still love you. I don't wanna be high
This Wildfly fishing presentation was discovered by wildflytravel.com. Satisfied by Bell's Extra Special Scotch. And brought to you by Sybase, the information edge.